the Edo State 2025 appropriation bill of 605 billion 76 million 76. Let me take it again. 506 billion 605 billion. Sorry. 776 billion. Sorry. It's confusing me. Okay. Sorry. Yes.
Order in the house, please. Mr. Speaker must be held in silence, please.
605 billion and details of the budget proposal for your consideration and approval. Thank you for your kind consideration.
Oh, this is so embarrassing on national television. He gave up without getting the figures correctly. The fact that he said it is confusing me, he tried to laugh over it, means he's not suffering from stage fright. So if that's not the case, what is it then? Is he deficient? This video has gone viral and Mondo Okpebholo and his handlers are taking the hit, but one would have expected them to allow it to trend and filter away. People will quickly forget about the video, what happened at the State House of Assembly where he went to present the budget, but instead they are coming back saying that the video was doctored. How do you doctor this kind of video? This was captured on NTA Live by Nigerians. How do you doctor it, including the speaker, telling people to stop making noise? And they didn't end there. Look at how the APC chairman in Edo State reacted.
Yes, it's been, social media has been agog with the governor, our governor, budget presentation about mistake on 650 billion and the rest of it. It's a normal thing. Zuma made such mistakes, and a lot of people make such mistakes. I don't know figures. You see, that is how to know original and innocent people. Obaseki will not make such mistakes because he has stolen billions before. Aswa Ighodalo will not make such mistakes because he has stolen billions before. Monday is not a thief, so he's not familiar with figures. So anybody who wants to talk and continue to talk is nonsense. He's the governor of the state, and he's the governor of the state. He's performing, and he's performing, and he'll continue to perform. And anybody who does not like his face should go to hell and burn to ashes. Period. And thank you.
This is the same man that told Rufai Oseni of Arise TV to pay Mondo Okpebholo. How many millions of dollars did he mention at the time before he can attend an interview at Arise TV? Rufai told him that other candidates have attended interviews. They've all been interviewed by Arise TV. It's only Mondo Okpebholo that was dodging the interview at the time. Instead of making logical excuses why he hasn't attended interview, he wanted Arise TV to pay them before he can attend an interview. So his reaction is not a surprise. Nigerian politicians do not care about their image, their reputation. They don't care about anything because they know that it is money politics. When there's election, they will share money. People are willing to sell their votes for a few thousands of naira. During the Edo State governorship election, it was mostly cash and carry, as you can see in this video. Unlike last year, when some people voted on credit, they were promised certain amount of money. At the end of the day, the money wasn't paid. They even protested about it, but nothing came out of it. So until Nigerians start taking elections seriously, yes, we know that INEC guys always work for the highest bidder, but that shouldn't justify any voter selling his vote. He shouldn't reduce the power of his vote to mere indomie or few thousands, maybe 2,000, 5,000 naira. How much? That money, you can't even survive on it for one full day. The fact that Monday Okpebholo was unable to call out the figures contained in his 2025 budget doesn't mean that he is intellectually impaired or that he is incompetent. No, it's not a measure at all. But the reaction was completely unnecessary. Citizens have the right to criticize the government. You're there to serve them. You're not there as their overlord that can never be questioned. And this APC chairman must be investigated by the police because he didn't stop there. This kind of language, he's been using it on social media, as you can see from this post from Facebook. Someone criticized what was happening in Edo State, and look at what he's telling the person, that he will be killed. He first told him people that oppose them must be driven out of Edo State. When he wanted to know exactly what he meant, he threatened to kill the person. So these are the kind of people in government. They don't care whatsoever you think. So it calls to question, why is Monday Okpebholo tolerating all this? Yes, these people helped him to power. They worked for him during the election, but it's time to face governance. This has always been the problem of APC, even at the national level. They are always on campaign mode. You have campaigned hard. You toured Edo State during the campaigns. Now you are in power. Use all that energy to govern. Make sure you deliver good governance to Edo people, not continue as if you are still campaigning. Just like all the hype men around him, wherever he goes, they are singing praises. Is this about governance or what?
Ezo 001, no imagine. The walking governor. The walking governor. No imagine. No imagine. Edo is happy. Edo is happy. Edo is happy. Edo is happy. No imagine. This one a new era. See, and I show me that I built this school. 2016.
Incredible. These hype men and political jobbers, are they just doing this on their own, or are they employed by the governor as special advisors or other positions they give their political associates just to maintain that political structure? Anyway, these hype men are completely unnecessary. They will hype the governor into demigod status to the extent that he will be shielded from the problems of Edo people. They will be telling him all he needs to hear, what he likes to hear, thereby making him not to know the real problems. He needs to remove them. You don't govern with propaganda. You don't need all this to show that you are working. Your works will talk for you. The people will feel your work. When you start constructing all the roads, all the schools, all the infrastructure that you said you will construct during the campaigns, people will see them. You don't need to show them on television for them to see it. That's how it works. Any governor that is working doesn't actually need to publicize it that much. Yes, the money you spend on publicity alone can be put back into the infrastructure you are trying to develop. Back in the 60s, during the First Republic, the politicians at the time were good orators. They could hold people spellbound, talking for hours. People never get tired listening to them. People marveled at their command of English language. But today, more than 60 years after independence, we now have politicians that cannot even stand up and address the public fluently. It's so shameful that the worst of us keep ruling over the best of us. Like already said, missing a few lines in a text or not being able to call out the figures correctly in the 2025 budget doesn't mean that Monday Okpebholo is not competent, but it might still pose a problem in the future. Governance might still suffer. How are you sure that he will not sign away something without knowing the actual figures, without being able to know that this one is 100 million instead of 10 million, or that this one is 100 billion instead of 10 billion? Anyway, here's hoping that the police will invite the APC chairman in Edo State to explain why he's cyberbullying someone, why he's threatening to kill someone on the internet. Or is the cybercrimes law only meant for the opposition, only meant for the people who don't oppose the government at the center or the ruling party?
No matter. He said he want to reside everywhere for a job. Anywhere away from must get up. No matter. Oh, imagine. The working governor. Edo is happy. The working governor.